I'm here to paint some brave little fellers called the Newsies. They are glorious 4-stone minions for the guild. We hand out newspapers, and they have perhaps the most mighty attack of all in the game, thrown newspaper, which is about as distracting as one might expect. And sometimes actually damages you pretty well, but mostly distracting. Hello, Spiredine. How are you doing? I thought I'd just start off by, I thought I'd paint 3 at the same time. So this is going to be a little bit of a, I'm not sure if I want to call it speed painting, but maybe it is. We'll see. Dorian and the cigarette holder, yeah. That's a pretty mighty attack too. Doing first things. Yeah. Undercoated them black, obviously, and I'm gonna just base coat the skin areas. Doing this with Reaper Tan Shadow in this case. I think maybe I'll do 2 different skin tones on these. Like it helps. Just notice a tiny little imperfection there. Cut that off with a hobby knife. That ruins the undercoat in that tiny spot, of course, but I'm not really bothered. That's rarely going to be a problem. I'm just going to paint over it. Just a tiny little spot. Hi, Flipal. How are you doing? Flipal is actually the Bayou player for the Swedish Six Nations team. A recent convert to the ways of the Bayou. And we're actually going to have a game tomorrow. I'm going to practice Hoffman facing off against Flipal's Zoraida. So that should be fun. Yeah. Didn't I say Zoraida? Tried to say Zoraida. Sometimes, or actually pretty often, I say one thing and I mean another. That can be confusing. Who would have thought? Actually, I'm going to bring up the artwork for these guys. I'm not going to paint them the same colors, but like it can help. Okay, so he's got... I see. I painted this a little incorrectly. This guy's got... we can tie that up later. But 2 of these have fingerless gloves. I tend to call them torgvantar in Swedish, which probably sounds ridiculous, but it means like town square mittens. When you say one thing, I mean your mother. Yeah, but I don't think I did such a thing. I'm pretty sure I said Zoraida. Always the funny one, huh? Hi, Dumlock. How are you doing? Heard you are getting back into Bayou. Flip Owl here is the team member for Team Sweden playing Bayou. And we're gonna play a game tomorrow. This first step is probably not super exciting, but you can at least hear me blabbering on about things. You're gonna want to use two thin coats with this one. You're using the same paint as I am. I use a lot of Reaper paints for skin, and me and Guslado as well really like those. I have been meaning to try out some other brands though. Like I got Citadel as well, but I think I've got a few Vallejo lying around too. But I end up mostly using Reaper and Citadel for dark skin. I don't really have a supplier of Reaper here anymore. Thinking maybe I'll start buying some stuff for Vallejo. Let's see. I did the classic thing of like forgetting that your miniature is barefoot and just started highlighting that or base coating that. Oh, thank you, Dumlock. Yeah. Ophelia is cool. I actually don't really know what Ophelia and the title of Ophelia's shtick is. Like, regular Ophelia shoots things with has different cool guns, and I think she hands out her little guns or little guns, her big guns to her little young cousins, right? But what does Ophelia Overloaded do? I don't recall. Ophelia is one of the monsters that Philip didn't get. Flip out, that is. I think. Unless he's now collected all of them. That wouldn't surprise me. Overloader hands out the guns to others, from what I recall. Okay, but like regular Ophelia, she has them for herself, but doesn't she use them for her little young as well? Or maybe that was an M2 thing. I'm not very knowledgeable when it comes to Ophelia. Okay. Cool. But they still have the whole plink thing, right? I remember that being annoying. At least. I doubt I'll ever field 3 Newsies, but who knows? Gremlins annoying. You don't say. Yeah, no, they're a little bit. Heard of a funny counterplay to Ophelia though? Like there was this Arcanister 10 Thunders player who was like, meh. Just he played Mei Feng and hired a lot of gremlins from the no, not Survivor. Yeah, the Gremlin Survivors and Sparks and Mega Pig and stuff. And so nothing, almost nothing was larger in size. So she doesn't get the bonuses for being larger. And then you just vent steamed a lot. It sounded Foundry, thank you. That sounded pretty obnoxious. Like, since they get bonuses against bigger targets. I need to, damn it, I need to paint Sparks and my Survivor and Mechanical Pork Chop. So many things you need to paint all the time. This poor guy's got an eye patch. Last time I tried a Newsie, it was bombed to death by, forgive my language, by a mechanical dove. Thought that was pretty horrible. So no doubt my Newsies are going to start selling papers about Arcanists. Using mechanical doves to do terrible terror attacks against working children. They tried to reach Colette for comments, but she declined. Maybe she's involved somehow. It was a mechanical dove after all. I think a funny thing with these Newsies is that, like, whenever you activate one, I think you gotta have to try and come up with some news they're yelling about. Extra. Then, like, what's the news this time? Kind of like whenever you use attack one more question, I feel like you have to come up with a question. Don't you? No, what did I do there? Oops, I got some black paint on the brush. No! Oopsie. Suddenly Newsy turned out to be got all black around the eye. He only has one good eye, so we don't want him to get punched there. Spiridine says, extra, Elinore denies playing this custom field. I've never done that. Denied it, that is. But some people complain no matter what master I choose to play, actually. Gang of Journalists is such an interesting idea for a gang, says Dumb Luck. Yeah. Yeah, they certainly are. I feel like if you just hire journalists, though, you have like a team mostly of debuffers and support. And the only ones doing fighting is Fiona. So kind of feel like you might want to have her something else too. Like I don't feel like I really unlocked Nelly yet, but I like the Pale Rider, obviously. Yeah, I feel like you kind of need to go out of keyword a little bit. Maybe like Pale Rider or Guild Executioner or something. Depends. I mean, you can try and go the complete like schemey lockdown thing and have Fiona as your only beater, but I think it's tricky sometimes playing crews where you just suddenly you realize you have so many support pieces, because Nelly 1 and Fiona Gage, which is one of our henchmen, they both have one more question, which is an attack that gains slow and has cold triggers, but it also does damage if the enemy is engaging someone that's asking the question. So ideally, you probably want someone fighting in melee and then they're supporting it. So like Fiona, obviously, but I feel like personally, I kind of want one more. Does Lucius tend to stick in keyword? I think he does more, yeah. Yeah, I do believe so. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think so. But I don't think you have to go that much out of keyword in Nelly. Like, I really don't mind if anyone more knowledgeable pipes in. But like, I think it's nice to have some sort of bruiser to hire for the crew. Like some crews in the game are very well rounded. For example, Seeker, they have models filling a variety of roles, whereas some other crews like really stick to a theme in a way that makes it so that, I mean, like for Sonia, for example, you got a whole lot of mages. You got witchlings for melee, and you got Samael for shooting, but then you get a whole bunch of different mages. They do some different things, but there's a whole lot of ranged. Say you're playing Parker, for instance, you got a whole lot of ranged, and you face something like the captain. He can really mess up your plans. Then it can be really nice to have something that's just doesn't attack with a gun icon. Hi, Goslado! We're painting little children. Brave children standing up for free speech. How are you doing? Dumbluck just asked, does Lucius tend to stick in keyword? I don't recall. Goslado, do you play Guild? Like, I know Goslado, I'm pretty sure, like, I know you play Marcus. I'm pretty sure you also play Explorers. Don't recall if you play Guild or not. We're painting normal children. I'm base coating this kiddo in Karashan Flash. So I don't want all of them to have the same skin tone. Don't just want them to be homogeneous. Oh man, nymphs are not cool. Terrorism. My poor guy. Nymthar is the filthy arcanist terrorist that killed my Newsie with a dove. So I'm painting 3 Newsies now. I'll have to play 3 Newsies in a game sometime. And see what they can do. There will be newspapers, I'm sure of that. They're bad guys, Coslato? I'm not liking your tone. Not at all. I think maybe you've misunderstood. They are paragons of justice, upholders of peace. We need control, otherwise we'll descend into chaos. Spider time. Yeah. There's a lot of Arcanist at heart. Actually, I've started putting a little bit of paint on my Hoffman crew, and like I haven't had a lot of time for it, but that's the last Arcanist crew for me to paint. Well, might not be the last, but like I have all the other masters painted up. Not necessarily all of their models in their keyword, but all the masters painted so I can play them. See you tomorrow, Flip Out. Well, Kim, I'm actually gonna paint my Hoffman in like a painted red scheme. So you don't really have to paint metallics a lot. I really like the look where you got them painted in a thematic color. Kind of makes sense to me, being like official guild constructs. I think that looks cool. Doesn't really have to be metallic. Metal is not optional. I don't mind a bit of metal. I've seen some really good looking yellow Hoffman crews too. Okay, so okay, so what's everyone's favorite metal band? I don't listen to a whole lot of metal myself. I'm more of a garage rock fan, but I don't mind a bit of metal. I kind of like Tool, and yeah, Unleash the Archers. Love that name. Very fantasy. This brush is too big for me to apply washes on these little models with. Maybe that one. No, not that one. just do this one. I'm not even a secret Arcanist. Mostly played Arcanists before. I really appreciate the journalist theme jokes, Spardang. You bought tickets for Alice in Chains, Breaking Benjamin, and Bush in concert. Cool. Glad you can go to concerts again. Not metal, but I really wish I could see the Kills. I'm gonna see them once in Sweden, but the only show they ever booked here or concert they had to cancel because of illness, and then they never come back. Sad. That's nice, Lotto. I don't go to all that many concerts, but I certainly like it. I sometimes get a bit restless. So putting some Rockland Flesh Shade on these. We're gonna let that dry and go back to this guy. Actually, I think we're gonna. So the dark-skinned kiddo, I'm gonna wash with a combination of purple and flesh washes. So some Drukai Violet mixed with a little bit of flesh wash. Nightwish tickets. Now, I've seen Nightwish back when Tarja was singing. That was when I was, I think I was 16, maybe. Not really, it's not really my thing, but I was huge on Nightwish when I was 16, 17. But they're on their third singer now, right? I also got this buddy started. So you know what? Let's just give this guy a little wash too, while we're at, you know. She's been their singer the longest. Okay, what's her name? Yeah, the second singer was Swedish, right? But the other two have been Finnish. Am I correct in this? Flor Jansson. Okay. Need some coffee, some fuel. Okay, so let's go to this guy. And gonna correct this hand. I mean, the kid's got gloves. The one about space, huh? I don't think I've heard the album. Okay, so what color do we use to start off? Maybe. Maybe some Skaven Black Dingy. Dingy color seems fitting somehow. So yeah, let's paint some dingy trousers. So I'm gonna paint this color over most of the guy's legs, but I'm gonna leave slim stripes of black here and there for like the darkest creases. A bit darker stuff. Wow. I've been listening. Mostly been listening to a bit darker stuff lately. Sounds like heresy to me. Oh no, now I've got Over the Hills and Far Away on my mind. Oh, latest album from Epic is pretty solid. Too bad it wasn't epic. Okay, that is good. Solidly epic, perhaps. Or epically solid? Hmm. Over the hills and far away. I'm not gonna sing more than that. Oh, God. Well, maybe it's gaseous. Have you thought of that? Or maybe it's more cat. Cat is neither solid nor fluid, I think. And cat is a physical state, I think. What? You can't find Over the Hills and Far Away anymore? I think my album should be somewhere. Is it? So how come you can't access it? Is it because of issues with Taria, the old singer? So I decided to do some Skaven Blind Dinge on this guy too, because if you're painting a group of miniature, it's nice if you can incorporate the same colors in several to make it more efficient. And also, it does tie them together a little bit. Well, I guess then you can actually download it legally, but it depends on definition. You don't like Spotify? Do, 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 do. Yeah, I think Over the Hills is their best song. Maybe. Well, that I've heard. Probably a lot of them haven't heard. Okay. That is fair. Uh, and this guy's shirt, I think I'm just gonna base coat the whole thing Skaven Blight Dinge and then build it up a lighter color. Hello, McBluff. How are you doing? It's the Marius. Oopsie. Slaughter found the song. Not great, but it's okay. Sorry to hear that. Hope things are gonna get better soon. I'm fine. Yeah. I'm a little tired, but I got coffee. I'm painting little Newsies. Maybe just do that. Coffee, 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 coffee. I drink coffee with like half decaf, half caffeinated or regular coffee. Because I easily get all anxious or stressed or just really jittery if I drink uh, regular coffee. So, like, I need to find a balance. It's like interesting how you can be extra sensitive to caffeine like that. Not strange, but like interesting. Okay, so like the dark skin's been washed with Kadashan flash wash with mix of flash wash and um, purple wash. So now I'm just reapplying a mid-tone on the largest surfaces. Leaving that wash in the shadows. Like in the areas that I feel should be shadowed. And tiny face. I'm going to start highlighting this soon. I'm going to add some tan shadow to the Kadashan flash. To make it brighter and start building up those highlights. I'm not sure what Spardan meant with, oh my god, Wisconsin, but yeah. Ooh. Sometimes fate smiles at you. Maybe you flipped the right joker. And you resist. Okay, I don't know what OPE is. Applying highlights, focusing on the cheekbones, chin, upper lip, tip of the nose. And the nostrils. Or whatever you call it. Do you call this the nostril? I don't know. Anatomy lessons. Like, is the outer part also called a nostril? Not Wisconsin, Michigan. No idea what you guys are talking about. Maybe some store to buy stuff. And its location, I don't know. Music related, I am guessing. But oh, I never heard of that before. I thought it was a typo at first. Apparently, I'm now Ellie-chan. Oh, sure. Oh, okay. Huh. Like, what does ope mean in that context? Does it mean context? Does it mean excuse me, or does it mean oh, or does it mean like what's me? What does it add? Okay, fair enough. That's always funny. Like, wait, hey, you guys don't say this? I'm from the east coast of Sweden, and I lived on the west coast for like 10 years. But yeah, there has been a few similar instances. So adding a little bit more tan shadow to highlight. When painting children, you probably want to try and get pretty soft highlights. Too harsh and it's going to look a little weird because children often have some body fat. I mean, in Malifaux, I guess you're not always going to be very well fed, but And these probably aren't super well fed, to be fair. The skulls still look like they got a little bit of. They're not starving, really. They look really tired though. Poor guys. They look a little worse for wear, that's for sure. What's a Midwestern thing? So, like, do you get people confused a lot saying "ope"? Do some thin layers to try and get a smooth finish. Mm. One awkward thing about Swedish is that our word for oops is oj. And if you say that in an English speaking country, you think you're like that. That doesn't really work. Oi! It just sounds pretty rude. And it's so ingrained in you to say oi, oi, oi. Like when something doesn't really go your way. So it's happened a lot of times where I'm like, oh no, why did I say oi? Now it sounded really rude. Thanks for following, Droopy5453. Nice to have you here. How are you doing? Yeah, we are, Farak. Welcome. Bees are indeed awesome. Little heroes all. Yeah, we're talking about the word. Like, I thought it was a typo at first. Because I've never heard of it before. So how are you doing, Farak? It can be a little tricky with hats because, like, I want to highlight the brows, but they should also be in shadows, so shouldn't really be highlighted too much. That can look weird. You can also balance it, of course, with the amount of natural shadow that goes there from the sculpt. Yeah, I'm pretty good. Thank you. Just trying to get close enough to see Meanie properly to paint the little face. Oh no, a little bit of lag. Maybe it's just very temporary. Maybe that was me. My browser had a little hiccup. My bad and such. Yeah. Yeah, I got it explained, but don't mind hearing it from two people. So is oak the correct pronunciation? Cool. So what are you up to, Farrak? Should have said, what's the news? That would have been thematic. Oh, what models are you assembling? Maybe let's go with some bone white from Vallejo. Moonstone Kickstarter. I don't know what that is. I'll have to look it up. Hope they're easy to assemble. I haven't kickstarted a lot of things, really. A couple of games. And some cute cat role-playing game miniatures that I've yet to paint. But getting a box full of minis in the mail is always fun. I think maybe we did the knuckles a little bit too bright there. Just paint it over with a little bit of dark brown, transparent paint. Should of course messed up a little bit, but yeah. Hope they're nice minis. Okay, need some more paints. You were making yellow bases, right? Spardine? Things gone well with those? Hmm. Nice cute sculpts. Okay. Glad you like them. I think we're gonna paint his eyes. All G-Dub's trees. Oh no, hope they don't give you real nightmares. Is it that Citadel Wood with 3 trees? It's a nice kit from what I can recall. Mossy ground. Yeah, it's good wood. or cops, whatever you should call it. I like it with some clump foliage on it or something similar. Okay, so let's go to lighter skinned Newsies. And I'm gonna reapply tan shadow. I was at first not sure if I should paint one, two, or all three of them on stream, but I decided on painting all three of them. They're small. Pretty detailed though, of course, but if we're not done today, I think we're gonna finish them next time. And I'm also gonna start the metallurgist next time. The new Citadel looks great too. It really fits the Malifaux aesthetic, actually. Hey, it would be cool if we released some spooky trees. Like a wood, maybe with some optional bits. Like if you want to turn it into, say, Nephilim territory or of the Chimera territory, or maybe Cult of December territory, or like Bayou, like a flexible wood kit for Malifaux would be awesome. Wish listing! Maybe it's all that train painting we did last time. It's got me thinking about terrain. Need to duck out. Duck carefully. And see you, Goslado. Nice of you to pop by. Take care. Yeah, it would be a lot of fun. The Wordscapes kits are beautiful. Would be fun to paint more of those. Hope you enjoyed our little stream painting, our stream terrain painting last time. I know I did. That'd be really cool. Kythera. Yeah. It's like the Amon Hen of Malifaux almost. Iconic place. I'm not going to reapply this tan shadow on the fingers. I think I'm just going to, that's just not going to show later probably. Just going to go directly into the next highlight color there. When I touch those again, and the next Newsie. And shadow is probably just going to be a little highlight on these shins down there. Frag, I don't recall. What are you playing, Malifaux? Yeah, I agree. Like, I'm not sure if they're good, but they're cool and fun. I mean, they're 4-stone minions. Bayou mostly. Right. A lot of Bayou fans popping in today. Yeah, a lot of us do dabble in different things in this game. Spyrodine says, well, do you feel a reference to the musical Newsies? Yeah, probably. I agree. I mean, I've not seen it, but I've heard of the reference. I think you were the one who told me about it. I need to be coerced to watch musicals. I can like them, but I never take initiative to watch them on my own. As a kid, I was always annoyed, like, why are they singing in Disney films? You get mad. I can actually enjoy them, but I can't recall being tricked into to watching one. Hamilton and Kanto were amazing. It's nice to hear. Yeah, I haven't seen them. I'm a little anti Disney owning everything, so I'm a little. I don't know. Like. right? Pixar maybe, but yeah, Rock of Ages, not informed the movie was a musical. Oh, is it like a rock musical? And then you were like, I thought it was about a magic rock or something. I've not heard of this. I'm just being silly and trying to imagine the scenario. I mean, I like Nightmare Before Christmas. A musical a lot of people have seen. I guess I like The Lion King. It's good. Swedish actor for Scar is very good. And regrettably dead. Um, oh no. So what did you do? Just complain, run out, hit people with sticks, throw candy. Curse people. Said quietly, right, friend's birthday. That makes sense. I didn't really think you were going to do any of those things. I thought it would have been enormously funny if the last episode of Game of Thrones was just a musical episode. But I was disappointed to see that it was not. Gone over to Tan Skin. Painting some rough highlights, and I think we're gonna try and blend them together a little bit more soon. Mixing the two previous colors together, painting it on a little thin down, trying to blend them together a little bit. You did, huh? Nice. Oh no, not a musical. Can you imagine if Cersei and Jaime were like singing their hearts out? It would be awesome. Ridiculous, but awesome. Oh no. Oops. Multiverse of Madness? No, not really. Kind of. I enjoyed the latest Spider-Man film, but like I've lost interest a little bit. There's so much Marvel stuff, and a lot of the plot can be pretty boring. But I'm more excited about the Batman film. I'm gonna try and see that. I'll probably see Multiverse sometime. It's a Doctor Strange film, right? I actually thought the original Doctor Strange film was pretty. The first one was pretty bad. It's just very cookie cutter. Standard Marvel recipe. Yeah, that Batman indeed. Indeed, that Batman. The new Thor movie. Yeah, that's by that one's by Taika Waititi too, right? I love Taika Waititi. Yeah, I've seen Jojo Rabbit several times. I think it's really good. Our flag stands for death. I'm not familiar with that. I'll have to look that up. Watched half of Guillermo del Toro's Alley of Nightmares yesterday, but my partner fell asleep. So we went to bed. Felt a bit tropey and predictable so far, but then again, I've not seen the whole movie yet, so it's very beautiful and well acted. Part Blackbeard. Cool. I have to look into that. But like one thing I think is a bit boring and sometimes even upsetting with Marvel is that they have a villain who has points, like really good points and critiques about things. And then they have that villain commit some atrocity, so that the hero can beat him up and then return society to status quo and everything is good. See Black Panther, for instance. I think that's pretty fucking tiresome. Now I got a bit whiny. Sorry. Can still enjoy a Marvel movie. Kind of like you can enjoy a cheeseburger, you know? Yeah, Kate Blanchett's good. Agree. And I kind of like that guy, whatever he's called, that old guy who plays Pete in it, who's also in The Expanse. And I do really like the lighting in the film. It's a beautiful film. Lots of orange, reddish lights and green shadows. They have the same kind of, almost the same kind of shadows that a lot of Malifaux art has, where there's a backlight with spooky green. Not always spooky in this case, but like a mysterious green. Which I really like. That is something that's pretty fun to incorporate into your miniatures. Try and capture that thing with a greenish, tealish backlight. Cool. Oh, shadow. I'd totally be down for watching Taika Waititi playing a pirate. Sounds great. So, in cat news, we've put up little hooks on the door to this room so that I can now close the door, for instance, when I'm streaming. The little hooks have a rubber band, which means like I close it but not properly, and therefore like kitty cat can open the door, and the rubber band makes it so that it always comes back shut. She can open the door to enter or leave whenever she wishes. She's been complaining a little bit. First she was like, I can't open this, I can't do it. But she knows how to do it now. She's getting better and better. So that's cat news. This means that there will be less noise from the rest of the apartment if someone else is home while I'm streaming. So that's good. Teaching your kitty B&E. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much what we've done. Mm-hmm. Did Hana do any like something similar? Speak of the devil. Yeah, you can open it yourself, said Keenan. I know you can. I heard her from outside the door saying, meow. Bacon and eggs? Are you gonna start teasing me with food? Like, I'm a vegetarian, so like, I don't eat bacon and eggs, but I can still get hungry if you start talking about food. Means no crying, no tiny paws under the door, right? Yeah, she'll still complain. You'll have to open it yourself, kitty cat. Okay, time for tab highlight. And when I'm done with the skin, I might take a little break. We'll see. So I'm gonna highlight these little toes. And there we go. So what are you guys gonna do the weekend? Gonna do anything fun? It might also be that Kitty didn't want to come inside. She just wanted to tell me that my room is back. She seems to want us all to hang out. So when he's home, when he comes home, she's often like, "Hey, he's home, he's home," and she starts yelling at me, tries to come get me. Um, she seems to want us to be in the same place so she knows what's going on. RPG Game Zero of an RPG you're running. Nice. What RPG are you gonna run? Vampire Dark Ages. Cool. I'm gonna have a game of Malifaux tomorrow. So that's gonna be fun. And I might play some games on Saturday too. My friend who's getting back into Malifaux, but he said he didn't really quite feel ready to play Malifaux on Saturday. It's just mood, so maybe it's that, or he wants to paint more stuff. Nos or boss? Now I'm confused again. Not our boss? Why so many reference and strange things that confuse me? Nosferatu, right? Yeah, those guys. Those guys that look like the Nosferatu from the Nosferatu film. I like those. Like in Warhammer, I really like the Necrarch, who are basically just the Nosferatu vampires. Baelai, our boss. Okay. Whatever you guys say. I'm with you, fellas. It's a good personal motto, I find. Sounds good anyway. Sometimes I feel like doing some sort of fantasy vampire army where the vampires are glittery. Take it to a tournament just to annoy people. It's the same side of me that wants to play Middle Earth tournaments and just always accidentally refer to Gandalf as Dumbledore and Sauron as Voldemort. Mischievous, I hear you say? Well, yes. Quite. Nothing wrong with a little bit of mischief here and there, right? Live long and prosper, Gandalf. Yeah. Pretty sure he said that. Didn't he? You're a wizard, Frodo. I actually don't know where the Make It So reference is from. Captain Picard, okay. Yeah, like playing Middle Earth, being like, wow, those Dementors are real scary. Last time I played, I called my Nazgul Lil Nas, but nobody got it. I thought it was super funny. Kind of bit that nobody thought I was funny, right? Got awfully silent. Maybe I wasn't funny. I think that looks pretty good, right? I think so. Next Hobbit. Tanned highlight. Trying to do very thin lines, which I'm not always great at, but try. Time to make fish sticks. Save some for Kanye. Couldn't help myself. Poor Kanye. Wonder if he'll ever come to his senses. Fair enough. Yeah, it does. With money, you can do stuff to people. With stuff, you can do people to money. No, wait. It doesn't just translate. Picked out the eyelid. I think, like the side of it. I think maybe I did it too brightly though. Just tone it down a little bit. And boop. Let's paint that eye. Also, with people, you can do stuff to money. You can. There we go. I think I'm going to have a short break, and I'll be back in, I don't know, 6-7 minutes and 5 minutes, and we'll continue painting the clothes of this happy trio. I'm back, and I bumped into my camera stand. Oopsie. So, we're done with the skin for now. So I'm thinking let's go back to painting these clothes. And I think I missed a little spot. Yeah. Like in this shirt. I missed a few spots. Oh, don't know what happened there. Had a sandwich, and then my nose just started getting all snivelly. I promise you, I did not visit Jacob Lynch, the Honeypot Casino, or anything. Speaking of Lynch, I haven't seen Lynch in ages in the game. Missed the guy. There are so many cool Malifaux leaders now, so guess it's not strange if you rarely see a few of them. Just so many cool ones to play. I think it's really cool with the story development with Lynch's title master. Things aren't going well for the chap. That's a given. That's for sure. Started painting a forest base. Nice. What's it for? I'm gonna start highlighting these gray areas of Skaven light tinge by adding a little bit of Viejo Bone White into it. For the forest. Okay. Yeah, but well, that's nice. Not for any specific miniature. All right, for the forest, you were paint that G-Dub's forest, of course. I'm sorry, I was confused. Chav Hunter 86 says hi. Hi? Chav Hunter. How's the chav hunting going? Back, says Dumb Luck. Welcome back. Okay. Trying to follow along these detailed lines in the cloth creases. So, what season are you doing the trees, Spiridine? Summer, spring, winter. Post leaf fall autumn. Nice. So it's gonna look plenty spooky then, I reckon. You'll have to post pictures when it's done. Work in progress is also all right, of course. It's always welcome too. Extini. Too bright a green. Okay. Just have to tone it down a bit then. Can be easy to forget that green is actually a pretty prominent color in nature still, even though it's autumn. Or spring meadow, yeah. Okay. For like the base, yeah. Mix some dark brown into it, maybe. Are you gonna flock it? Doing a lot of highlight up here, like mostly all over, because the part's gonna be subject to quite a lot of sunlight. No flag. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like a good idea. Picked up the wrong meanie. Did a few brush strokes. Put it down again. Oh well. Sorry for the airplane in the background. Or maybe it's a chopper. I think it's an airplane. Not on a flag, but we'll put leaves and stuff on with PVA. Okay. What about grass tufts? Ooh, sounds good to add leaves. Okay, so this top, we're using the same color, but we're making it look a bit brighter than the other garments. So the Skaven Black Dinge is acting as our darkest shadow in this case. Maybe tufts, unsure. Yeah, like the good thing is that you can just decide later. You can add them on later if you want. Different people will like different basing materials. I, for instance, really dislike lichen. Just think it looks weird, but that's just a personal thing. It's a neat material for basing for sure. Okay, so a little bit more bone white into the mix. Just now realized this guy's eyes, the way I painted them, are different sizes. I should have a little look at that. Eyes are tricky to paint, of course, so It's easy to end up with them different sizes. And the easiest thing is probably to make one of them a little smaller. Just going to grab a little bit of dark brown paint and do like a horizontal line underneath the eye. That makes the most sense. It's a little big. Big eyes looks good on kids, but we need to make the eyes look more the same size. Maybe a little bit of there. So I had a hobby New Year's resolution. I wanted to promise myself that I shall not buy more miniatures than I paint. In fact, I want to, at the end of the year, have painted twice as many of my own miniatures as I've bought for myself. We'll see how well that goes. If the year ended now, I would not have reached my goal. But we'll see. I don't often do New Year's resolutions, but I have this goal where I try to get through more novels than the year before. So I started that after realizing that in 2018, I think it was, I'd only gotten through 4 books, which felt a little sad. And so far, it's gone really well. I think I managed 13 last year. So I always end up doing more than the year before. I feel like it makes my life a little richer somehow. Right now I'm in between books, but I usually listen to audiobooks whilst I paint. But sometimes I'll do YouTube or podcasts. Been giving the 3 of the Dune books a listen this year, among others. But most recently, I listened to the Hunger Games prequel, which was all right. It was pretty good, I thought. Not amazing, perhaps, but it was certainly unsettling. If perhaps a little predictable. I'm not sure what I'll read next. We'll see. Any one of you read anything cool recently that you really liked? Or that you really hated? That's fine too. Just curious. Sanderson's Mistborn Saga. Right, I think you mentioned. Are you liking it? Right. Oh, sorry. You said it's okay. I read that a little too quickly. I'm sorry. Guess maybe I won't dig into that if it's just okay. I was pondering maybe listening to She Who Became the Sun, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Stormlight Archive was better. Gotta love those fantasy novel names. Stormlight Archive. I really wish the third book in the Locked Tomb series would come out soon. But somehow writing novels takes time. Strange. The Locked Tomb. It's basically necromancers in space. Kind of dark comedy murder mysteries with necromancers, and yeah, it's I really like them. They're strange but funny. I think it's called The Locked Tomb. Gideon the Ninth and Harrow the Ninth are the first two novels, the trilogy. Pretty sure it's supposed to be a trilogy. I think it can be a little intimidating with fantasy series that are like longer than 3 books. Third book of the Kingkiller Chronicles. Yeah, that's taking a while, isn't it? I'm not sure I'd enjoy them as much nowadays as I did when I read them first. Because I kind of like those, but it's been ages. And yeah. I will say the main character is a little obnoxious, and I'm not sure the author is very good at writing women, but he's got something going there. But he's taking a little while. That's for sure. Rothfuss. It kind of sounds like something that'd be hanging around with Hamelin. Rothfuss. Okay. Third Newsie. Doing the final highlights with like a little dotted approach in some places to make the fabric look a little rough. They don't have the finest clothes, I reckon. He streams video games? Huh. What, how much do people complain about him not having finished his book when he's streaming? And has he said something about when it's going to be finished? Is that why he's not finishing it? He's just addicted to video games? Yeah, I kind of figured it would be something like that. Lols. Uh, hey, Rothfuss, why is Quoth such a self-pitying narcissist band? What games does he stream? Whoa. door contraption for a kitty cat got loose. Sabotage. I smell foul play. Minecraft, huh? D&D. It's a little interesting though, like he's mostly famous for being an author, so I get that probably draws some attention to his stream, but then people are not allowed to talk about the books, which I kind of understand, but yeah, it's a little funny. Speaking about authors who don't finish books, I can't really see anything in Elden Ring that George R. R. Martin might have influenced. Like, it's just a Souls game story. Okay, next color. Maybe no, it's not going to be pink. I'm sorry. But I think it's gonna be yellow. No, that doesn't match my other guild stuff. Not a bad suggestion, but I'm unsure if like my guild stuff tends to have a deep red, but I'm not sure if these should have much of it. Kind of want them to be a little bit more muted. Do tend to have like a cold blue, no, not blue, cold black, which I do tend to use Dark Reaper as the first highlight for. So maybe in the same, maybe we'll do like with those same shades, we can do a dark gray hat cap for this guy. Yellow is certainly not a bad suggestion. We could certainly have done it with pink too, but it's not gonna happen with these. I'm sorry to disappoint. Make some black into the Dark Reaper for a shadow. We could actually do this part of the trousers the same color. Why not? Fewer colors you use in a miniature, the quicker it'll be to paint. So finding a balance for what you want to do is good. Especially if it's a color scheme you want to repeat a lot. Neutral colors like these, it doesn't really like matter much. But you might want to have some key colors to repeat in your miniatures to make them look like they belong together without having a uniform. But I think yellow would stand out too much since I don't have any other yellow in my guild stuff. It's mostly like blacks, grays, browns, and then like this deep red that gets repeated. On a lot of models. Perhaps not the most original, but I like it. Agrax wash all over. Yeah, people do Agrax differently, or Agrax washes. Some people will wash at the end, some will do it quite early. Some, of course, don't use washes at all. And of course, whilst painting terrain like you do, your methods might differ from what you usually do. I'm just rambling on. Hope it doesn't get too messy for you. Okay, so on this little guy, I think maybe I'll use Dark Reaper to highlight his hair. Let's give him black hair. Why not? Maybe I'll give him a little red eye patch there. Maybe I'll incorporate a tiny little bit of red in these miniatures. Like they won't have as much red as some of the more important ones, but I'll have a tiny bit. Doing a first highlight on his gloves, this color as well. And his little boots. The little boots, they're actually quite big. Maybe I'll change my mind and paint his hair some other color. We'll see. It was very quick to do that first highlight, so it's not like we really wasted any time. But we are certainly not going to be able to finish these today. We got pretty far. So I'm thinking next time we'll finish them and start painting the metallurgist. She's a model I'm really looking forward to painting. She's very cool. What hair color do you think this guy should have? You can't say pink. Nice. Sponging, huh? Cool. Blue. Spiredine. This is not an anime. It is anime if you're brave enough. I'm not really into anime though. I mean, there's some stuff I like, I guess. But, eh. Let's paint this guy's boots with a dark reaper highlight too. You'll notice this guy's already got a base and the others don't. I had a base sculpted from some spare green stuff. That just seemed like a good fit for this one. Like a town square base might be more fitting for the Newsies, but my guild stuff's based as if it's like outside some prospector town or something. What can you do? More bravery. Well, I like Cowboy Bebop. Spike's hair is kind of bluish. No, wait, greenish. Auburn or blonde? Okie dokie. Yeah. More Rooster Rider fun with Haunted. Sounds great. Haunted Rooster Riders are looking so good. If you haven't seen them, check out the stream in 65 minutes or so. Here on Play Weird. Okay, so this is how far we got with the little newsies for the journalist keyword. We painted the skin tones and some grays and started working on some blacks and dark cool gray. So next time I'm gonna finish these up and start working on the metallurgist. It's gonna be fun. Always fun hanging out with you guys. Painting and having confusing conversations. And I shall be putting down the brush for a while. Maybe I should play some video games. Maybe paint some more later. So thanks for hanging out, everyone, and see you guys Thursday next week. Bye-bye.